Of the IPHC Jerusalem Church are protesting outside the Western Area Magistrates Court this morning. Lawyer Goodwill Papie Maluleke is in court facing charges of fraud. He allegedly defrauded the church of more than 200,000 rand. Maluleke represented 42 congregants linked to the 2020 Zuurbekom massacre. The matter was struck off the roll and the bail paid was meant to be returned, but it's alleged Maluleke squandered it. eNCA's Sli Masikane has the latest for us. Sli, I don't know why every time I read this story, something tells me to laugh, but I know that it's not funny for the people who are gathered outside that court. What did they tell you?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't have a chance to speak to those who were outside. To be more correct, there wasn't anyone official who could speak to us. There were a number of church leaders and at least 250 or so congregants who had arrived to picket outside court, basically demanding the return of some 200,000 rand that was paid in bail to some 42 congregants belonging to the Jerusalem branch of the IPHC Church. And so what we did see was really a brief appearance, I must say, Masego, where Papie Maluleke did appear for the first time on a charge of fraud, and his lawyer Zola Majavu then requested to receive the contents of the docket, or the docket itself really, because according to the prosecution, investigations have been completed. But what we are hearing on the sidelines of this case is that there actually could be more to these charges than what meets the eye. What we do understand is that Maluleke is actually a former member of this church, and it does seem as though that there are some internal squabbles that are unfolding following his representation of the accused and accusations around the fact that he may be aligned to leaders of the old order of the church. And so those who are now in leadership positions now, or those who believe that he is not aligned to those who are in positions of power now in the church, it seems they may be targeting him, and there's a possibility that these charges may not stick. But at this point, of course, it's still quite early, and these are all just rumors that are circulating outside of the court proceedings. We had an opportunity to speak to Maluleke's lawyer, Zola Majavu. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Look, out of respect to the complainants and the judicial processes, I would rather stay clear of that. But what I can tell you is that my client is a former church member, quite a senior fellow in that environment. So you can read between the lines. But for now, I'm just a lawyer doing the best that I can for my client, a colleague who happens to be a decent lawyer as well. But for now, let's wait until we see the docket and then take it from there. I gave advice that beyond today, he must not make any media commentary, and in fairness to him, he hasn't done that. I prefer to do my thing in court as opposed to grandstanding publicly, but where there is a need to share information, I will always do so, you know me. But at the moment, we want to respect the processes. Of course, I remain confident that we will prevail, but let's wait and see.
All right, Sli Masikane outside the Western Area Magistrates Court for us. Let's leave it there for now.